What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Well, if you're new, please do consider to subscribe and also like the video. Anyway, today, I thought maybe I should check out the Flash and the Flash trailer just dropped. So I did check out the Flash trailer and I sort of liked it, but I also did not understand majority of the things. So I thought maybe instead of just going and react to the trailer and give my thoughts on it, it would be more of a waste of time because I also don't understand it, which means it's not a good idea. So I thought I should watch a breakdown first, and so that's the reason why I'm here. I'm actually going to watch a breakdown of the Flash trailer and actually give out my thoughts on you know what the guy says on the breakdown. So let's see.
Breakdown of the new trailer for DC's The Flash, coming this June, an adaptation of the Flashpoint crossover event, bringing back both the Michael Keaton Batman and the Ben Affleck Batman, as well as Michael Shannon Zod from Man of Steel. Who knows who else? I now get why they didn't can this movie despite Ezra Miller's controversies, because
Yeah.
the confident tone to the vibrant visuals from director Andy Muschietti to how good Keaton still looks in that suit. It's all
Yeah, that is true. It looks good in that suit.
superhero film of the summer. It's just what the DCU needs to turn the page, and we gotta break down this trailer frame by frame because despite it seeming to show a lot of the film, it definitely does. I think the biggest conflict in this movie is something that this trailer doesn't really get into. So let's break it down. Also, this Friday, February 17th, will be the launch day of our new channel, The Deep Dive, in which I will be doing more focused investigatory analyses of other movies that you love. You can best support our growing network by checking out our merch store, nerdriot.shop, and you can get
I'll be checking that deep dive channel, because I like to understand majority of these movies. I love them, but I don't understand some of them.
on a water bottle. Yeah, all kinds of great stuff. So check it out. Support us. Thanks. All right, let's get started.
Tell me something. You can go anywhere.
This place, the first clip, it looks like, a place where Wonder Woman would be.
So
Yeah, Ben.
Michael Keaton Batman asking why he's come back to this timeline of all timelines, and the next clip we'll hear Barry say, because this is the one timeline where his mom lives. So, this film, based on the 2011 Flashpoint comic event, is altering the storyline rather than translating it A to A. The comic event begins with Barry actually finding himself depowered in a universe without the Justice League, but with his memories still intact. In this universe, Batman is now an uber-violent Thomas Wayne, the Amazonians and Atlanteans are at a war that is causing
Yeah, I think there was a animated movie about this. I actually saw that one with everything that this comic, they are sort of the same. I don't think they changed a lot.
own doing in his attempt to go back in time to prevent his mother from being killed by Reverse Flash. There's a lot of other really cool things that happen in the comics. I highly recommend you read this event. But this movie seems to be starting with the choice to go back in time to save Nora Allen, building on Barry's discovery of his ability to reverse time in the events of Zack Snyder's Justice League. And in this movie, rather than Speed Forcing into a timeline and assuming his own body at that point in history, Barry's Speed Force enabled time travel has brought him to a side universe where he can encounter
I'm still not a big fan of the suit, especially the helmet. I think that it needs a little bit more improvement. Too bulky.
Amazonian Atlantean war backdrop doesn't really seem to be part of this. This is a universe without metahuman protectors, and so Zod went unstopped in the Man of Steel events. And rather than this being a
Okay, so according to Man of Steel, Zone came to Earth, because Clark, swimming, Henry Cavill kind of activated that his pod, so that's why he came. I wonder how they're going to explain why he came to Earth without, Clark there.
Top Wayne Manor. Looks like that's a Gotham skyline in the background. Wait a minute, it's so bright. That can't be right. Gotham's supposed to be gloomy. Gloomy! So yeah,
Yep.
this side universe is just too happy, too bright, and I hate it. Meanwhile, back in Maine Barry's original universe, there's a quick shot of that universe's Batman riding the motorcycle, blue cape, stubbier ears on the cowl. Yeah, this is
Of course, Ben Affleck.
this story to use Barry Allen as really a facilitator to bridge the gaps among the different eras of DC fans. It's not just a Flash story, it's going to be a true DC crossover event, and it's going to be awesome. Next clip.
So why do you want to stay and fight this?
Oh yeah, I love this scene.
Because this is the world where my mom lives.
Okay, we see a hand flipping a heavy switch, which seems to trigger the editing of the trailer itself. I think one of the reasons this trailer is such a banger is they really did a good job constructing this 3-minute trailer into something that really produces its own hype. We flash through
Yeah, that is no method. That was different.
manner, I think this is Sasha Kaye as Kara Zor-El Supergirl. This is Kal-El's cousin, and this may be the first moment she flies in her official Supergirl suit. Now, I love the color shifting in this trailer, from the warm golden tones of young Barry dancing with Nora in the kitchen to the colder blue tones from the moment of Nora's death. Barry's father, Henry, is now played by Ron Livingston, recast from Billy Crudup in Justice League. Barry's shirt in the main timeline is also shifted from yellow to blue, matching the blue wall paint. I think this color paletting will be helpful for us as the film intercuts across timelines. Next
Yeah,
slide.
yeah.
Time has a pattern.
So his lighting still goes everywhere, like how we used to be in the Justice League movies.
People,
Okay,
different worlds,
I never had an issue with that.
magnets.
I love the shot of young Barry running out of the house on the morning of Nora's death, and the sky zips from day to night as adult Barry returns to this memory. And then we see an extreme close-up of Bruce's hand with bruises all over the fingers, meaning this guy still crying.
Oh, I did not notice that.
Photo showing young Bruce with his parents, Thomas and Martha. In the TV version of this trailer, we can actually see Michael Keaton Bruce. Our man has some shaggy gray hair. He's a true shut-in. He has to stuff it all into that cowl. This bookcase wall
Is that him? Is that kid? Okay.
to get in. Moving on.
Okay, I missed that detail. See, that's what I mean. I don't understand a lot.
You stole my faith. If you were to go into the past, you have no idea what the consequences can be.
Also, this I don't understand.
You could fix things. You could also destroy everything.
Okay, so here, Main Barry runs into alternate timeline Barry. Main Barry wears his flash ring that contains his suit. Alternate Barry doesn't have speed powers. And to him, even the idea of speedsters and metahumans is insane, let alone a multiversal variant of himself. I love
You stole my face. Okay, yeah. That makes more sense.
figure out if this could be an imposter who might have been the true Barry who is behind Nora's death in another timeline, which might be teased by alternate Barry's yellow headphones, yellow clothes, yellow being the color of
Reverse flash, of course.
Zod is the primary villain of this movie.
Yeah, me, I do not believe that too. And I also don't think it's reverse flash, but you know what? Hopefully it's reverse flash though.
Into alternate Barry's body. I assume this is part of the sequence where they give alternate Barry Speed Force powers, and in this instance, using Main Barry as a conduit. I love this close-up of Barry's ring as it spins, the Bolt logo splitting, and then there's a glimpse of his red bodysuit underneath. Assuming this is how his suit is contained within the ring, I just love the practical smoothness of the parts. It doesn't look like a VFX nanotech spilling over the body, but rather a Rubik's Cube puzzle with interlocking pieces. Ben Affleck Bruce Wayne warns Barry about attempting time travel, and I'm so glad they got Affleck for this, because this all
Yep.
started with Affleck and Ezra Miller's
Yes, that makes more sense, you know.
but Bruce must know that Barry isn't going to listen to him and is going to attempt time travel in the future. So structurally for this movie, starting with Affleck will give general viewers a barometer of what era or what universe we start in, so that they'll better understand what universe Barry goes to in the second act with a different Batman, and possibly what resolved universe this movie ends in. Maybe with a third new DCU Batman introduced, or at least hinted at, if they haven't cast him yet. On to the next part.
This can't be happening. I completely broke the universe.
Zod, we've been waiting for you.
I created a world with no metahumans. And now there's no one to defend us.
So Barry sees on TV screens a similar broadcast to the one Zod made in 2013's Man of Steel to call out the other Kryptonian hiding on Earth, though I don't remember his face being this clear in those. And then we see his world engine pummeling Metropolis as it did in that film. So it seems
Yep.
like Nora's death was around the same time as Zod's attack in Man of Steel, and that battle will be the apocalyptic backdrop of all these events, except now there are no metahumans to stop him, or at least they need a metahuman to step up. And remember, after we revisited the Battle of Metropolis from Bruce's perspective at the opening of Batman v Superman, I love that we revisit it now from the perspective of Barry, or maybe from both Barrys. But
Yeah.
we got that.
BVS might not have been a great movie, but it was really important to the part of the DCU universe, you know. At least now they're going to erase it also.
House
Yeah.
of El Sigil, but in this universe, probably did never belong to Kal-El, but rather to Kara Zor-El, Kal's cousin. In the comics, it's a skinny, pale version of Kal-El that they find in the government captivity, Clark having been there since a young age with minimal human contact, and now it seems that they have swapped that version of Clark with Supergirl for this movie. And I think it's interesting because back in Zack Snyder's Man of Steel, Zack Snyder intentionally put an extra open Kryptonian cryo chamber on the Kryptonian ship that he heavily implied contained Kara Zor-El. And then we see the exact moment from
I did not love that part, okay. You know, it was a great movie, Man of Steel, but I did not love that was Kara. And I wanted to see Spaghetti in the future.
torches the soldiers. Then moving on to my favorite moment of this trailer.
Want some help?
Oh yeah. You know, even the beat, you can just remember it.
You are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Batman.
I'm Batman.
A little bit.
Oh yeah. So the Barrys find themselves in the Batcave, specifically with the sloped Art Deco walls and railed walkways as the Tim Burton era production design. That's clearly the Burton era Batmobile under the cover. In the TV version of the trailer, one of the Barrys totally uncovers it. There's a bat wing hanging from above, though I don't remember the Burton Batcave having a waterfall. Like the Christopher Nolan Batcave definitely had a waterfall. I may just be misremembering the Burton Batman films. Now the scoring is a music box rendition of Danny Elfman's classic theme, giving this whole Batcave an antique vibe. And I love the difference between the Barrys and the reactions. Our main Barry squints up trying to decode this Batman variant, whereas alternate Barry is wide-eyed, having never seen any Batman up close before, even though this is his universe's Batman.
Yep.
Andy Muschietti uses a similar camera movement as the dramatic glides that Tim Burton would use, but I love how the drama is undercut by not all of the bulbs being lit above Batman's head. Most are out, actually. Again, we're looking at kind of an antique store Batman. It's kind of like the opening to the Phantom of the Opera with the monkey music box playing Masquerade, leading to the sweeping 80s gothic score. And you just gotta love the meta callback to the iconic 1989 moment.
What are you?
I'm Batman.
Hey, that crook, by the way, Christopher Fairbank, who played Olaf in Star Wars Andor, several other roles over the years. I love to see both this guy and Michael Keaton having huge careers, both of them having shared that moment in 1989. On to the next clip.
I mean, one thing that has seen like major difference between Batman from the animated and in the movies, the action difference. Action in the movies are not exactly as good. Oh, that you love the Man of Steel, and I mean the BVS one in the warehouse. That one was actually good. So I do hope that the action scenes for Batman in this movie are just magnificent.
Rescue Kara. The trailer editing matches this move with the two Barrys back in
Yeah,
the
that was
Batcave.
cool,
I
though.
always love in moments when movies double an actor and they play around with the blocking like this. Like clearly Ezra was shot on two different planes, falling behind the Barry in the foreground just sells that illusion. Actually, at one point, the studio wanted Robert Zemeckis to direct this movie, and as a director who perfected this kind of VFX and blocking in Back to the Future Part 2, and some really uncanny seamless VFX in movies like Forrest Gump, he really could have made an interesting choice to do this, but I gotta say, Andy Muschietti is totally crushing the visuals here. Okay, back to the Batfleck motorcycle chase.
Oh yeah, this also looks good. Damn, can't wait for this movie.
Scaffolding? We could be in Metropolis here, still rebuilding after past conflicts. A quick shot shows Kara flying upward, cradling one of the Barrys in her arms, maybe seeking to power him up with a bolt of lightning. Moving on.
If I can't undo what I did,
Yeah, this looks good.
if I can't get back,
Oh yep.
might not be a future.
Okay, Barry watches the ground cave in around the Gotham City Hospital. You can see it on the ambulance there. But also, there's a sign in the upper left reading Martha Wayne Institute. Also, probably Bruce philanthropically founding a wing of the hospital for his mama. So what's causing the ground to crumble here? I'm assuming the World Engine completing its terraformation, affecting Gotham all the way across the bay from Metropolis. We see Barry speeding up the side of a crumbling building. Actually, maybe we will see a battle in Metropolis where someone was just focused on evacuating as many civilians as possible. We get a quick moment of Barry with his love, Iris West, but it looks like he is speeding through this and only gets to spend really a millisecond with her. We see the two Barrys, both suited up, dueling colored speed forces, skidding to a halt just touching boots. Now the Barry on the left is Alt Barry, wearing pieces of an old bat suit that they modified. You can actually see the spray painted yellow bolt on the Batman boot and a knee pad. And in the 2021 teaser, he's clearly just wearing a rubber bat suit chest piece that they spray painted over. So confirmed, Alt Barry will get powers too. So it looks like here they're sweeping in to stop Zod's forces from torching any more of the military in the desert. There's a quick shot in the bedroom, a few other Warner Brothers Easter eggs in the posters, Pacific
Pacific
Rim,
Rim.
and I Am Legend. Now the 2007 movie I Am Legend actually had an Easter egg of a Times Square billboard for a Batman v Superman movie years before that movie was announced by Warner Brothers. We get this quick shot of a Batarang attached to a cable, attracting a lightning bolt like Ben Franklin's kite with a key. It looks like this is what's going to initially
Yeah, okay. Everything that is now saying, I no clue. Like, yeah, it's good to watch breakdowns.
cheeks and his face, one popping off its tooth. Yikes. From behind, we see Kara punching Zod in the face, his face shield folding and collapsing from the impact. In the desert battle, Main Barry spins and creates a cyclone. Look out, Pocket! Tornadoes hate that guy. We get this quick shot of Kara with her heat vision, her House of El sigil and suit back intact. And then we get our best look at Batfleck's gray and blue suit, yellow utility belt, mesh armor plating. This looks so sick. they actually pulled off a blue and gray suit Batman in live action. It looks like right before the shot, he had to bail from his motorcycle, and he's now skidding using that grappling hook.
Oh yeah, I want to see this action scenes though.
Someone else trapped in a fiery cyclone. This might be the one that Mainberry produced. Now we know the kicker
Who
is
is
also
that?
Barry because look at that helmet. That is a Batman cowl with the ears shaved off. But in that cyclone, that is a thinner figure. I wonder if that could be a third Flash. Maybe that dark Kryptonian Flash.
Yeah, I did hear that. I did not see this action figures. Yeah, I mean, I think it's the later one, the Dark Flash.
Okay, Batman and Barry are breaking Kara out of her facility, like the moment in the Flashpoint comics when Barry and Thomas free Clark from his containment. Based on Kara's potato sack clothes, it looks like a facility in Russia. I love the framing of all this. It looks like it was all in one shot that they broke up a bit for the trailer pacing, but you have to imagine Kara was actually framed perfectly behind Batman's raised hand for this entire shot, and it's only revealed when he closes his fist. Now the trailer unfortunately cuts through all of it. I get it for the pacing, but I just would have loved to have seen this shot unbroken in the trailer. We'll have to wait for the movie, I guess. But Kara moves with the speed and the momentum that we are used to seeing Kryptonians move with in the Snyder era of these films.
Oh,
Where
you
will
know,
they
he
match
does
all
do
that
that.
blocking? And they take her back to Wayne Manor, where behind her on the table, you can see the red and blue of her Kryptonian
Oh,
suit,
yeah,
waiting to
yeah.
be tailored into her new suit, which we see her flying in the final shot of the trailer. Now I want to end this
Is
breakdown
it
with
me, or do I feel like some of the VFX are not well done? Or I mean, maybe it's because they haven't finished the film yet, but some VFX are not yet quite as good as they could be.
floating in front of Zod in the desert battle. Just gorgeous shot composition with the dark plumes of smoke behind her. There's a quick shot of
I think people are gonna love that this battle is happening in a deserted city, a city.
into the chase from the air. You can actually see him landing on the street a few seconds later in this. And then the Keaton Batcave has at least 7 different bat suits. Some of the chest logos have been damaged. One of the cows has goggles on it. This is likely the suits that they used to get the parts to make alternate Barry's new suit. Now, if you brighten this image, you can really see the differences between the suits. On the left, that suit has gun holsters, maybe a year 1 Batman when he was still using firearms. Then to the right of that, a blue cowl. And I just love how Keaton Batman and Batfleck think alike at different points of their lives. And then to the right of that, the 1989 bat suit. That's one with the emblem that's damaged. And then front and center, obviously, the one he wears in this movie. And then behind that, to the right, the 1992 Batman Returns suit. And then to the right of that, a scuba bat suit. And then the one with the goggles seems to be a desert bat suit. Again, Keaton and Batfleck parallel thought. As we know, in the Batman vs Superman Nightmare sequence, Batfleck totally had a desert suit. Now, again, we may not get the Flashpoint Thomas to Bruce letter, but I do think the resolution to this movie will be the
I would have loved to see that in real life, like not in real life, in the real life action of this. Well, that was big part of. It was just a squid to see that in the animated movie.
the promise of a third. Again, subscribe to our new channel, The Deep Dive, launching this Friday with 5 premium videos that you are going to love. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at EAVoss. Follow New Rockstars, subscribe to New Rockstars for more analysis of everything you love. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Okay, so with everything that you've been said, I now understand the Flash drum much better than I did before. Because before I watched this breakdown, I didn't understand much of the things. I saw the trailer and I thought this was good. It looks good. Don't get me wrong, I love this, besides, the Ezra thing, situations and all that. I do like it, but I did not understand much of the things. So now watching this, I didn't know that, it was going to be different from the comics and, the animated movie, unfortunately. And I was little bit concerned because when directors and, writers try to change a lot of things, it doesn't always work out. It ends up being horrible. And I don't know yet. Maybe this trailer is good, but the movie will end up being just a bad one. We don't know that yet. You have to watch it until. But on this trailer, it does look like it's a promising movie. It looks good. But this breakdown did help me a lot. I love these people who do this breakdown. They sharpen us. People just want. We're not clever enough to see those details, or don't have enough time to zoom in and brighten the sharpen to just see all that. So yeah, it was helpful. I understand a lot. But the one thing that sort of was spoiled for me, not by this breakdown though, I think, by something they released, like those action figures, was that Dark Flash. If they wanted, obviously they showed us sword, it's going to be part of the villains, but we all know that it's not going to be the main villain. That's just crazy. It doesn't make it so decent. Superman or Sparky villain, usual Superman. But you just need to focus on, beating up super Kryptonians, in fact. So yeah, Zod is not better than his enemy. I would have loved if Ruthless Flash was in it. But I doubt maybe he would be in it at the end or sort of as a cameo or in the credits scene. Maybe. But I don't think he is the villain. I might be wrong. I don't think so. Jack Flash, that one, yeah. They spoiled it. It was going to be the villain, another vision of Baron, maybe. So Jack Flash is going to be just like Sabaton, basically. If that is the case, I don't have a big problem with it, but just wish it was somebody else, somebody different. I mean, we already have two different parents in this movie, so I don't think we need another one. I don't think we need another one. But yeah, I did enjoy this breakdown. Really able to sharpen me in understanding this trailer, also this movie, by the way. And I love to see Ben Affleck. I do love that they did bring Ben Affleck back to the Batman role. I wish you could have made another Batman, after like previous, so then we could have seen different Batman movie with Ben Affleck leading, is the main character, and him now going back to the no killing rule, sort of gaining himself back, just I would have loved to see that, and those fight scenes just continuing in these own movies. Ah, I was ready for that. I was ready for that. But either way, we're going to get a different Batman. Yeah, guess I'll be looking forward to that. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. We can move forward. I hope it's good. No, I hope the new DCU is much better from the DCU, because the DCU did have some problems. Even I loved it for its tone. It made it different from the MCU, but it was different. That's what I loved about it. And they say the problem that I would have tried to is the studio that would like to interfere with the director's work. I think instead of changing what they changed, they should have changed a little bit of something that like for instance, in Man of Steel, like he did mention that that Carlsway was the DC was dead. That's what the Kennedy was implying with that shot in the Man of Steel helicopter or something, that Kryptonian ship. Yeah, that is what I would like to change, because I would love to see Supergirl in the future. That yeah. So those are the things that I know they should have interfered in, but nah, they chose the wrong ones. Anyway, guys, yeah, if you did end up enjoying this video, make sure that you do like, also subscribe, and hopefully have a good time, and bye bye.